All right. So it's January 1st, and we got someone waiting to get let in. Anyways, it's January 1st, 2025, 26. On my way to the gym. It was really difficult this morning. I thought I had slept in and turned off the alarms, and then I wake up and my alarm is ringing. I'm like, okay. I don't know what I did. So I made a conceited effort to study. I don't know. I turned on a video when I was in the bathroom. I was talking about learning as opposed to studying, as opposed to note-taking, Anyways, so then I went over what I looked at the gym yesterday from my stroke book. Whoa, slipped there. I'm not focusing. Stroke book, and to learn, the functions of each lobe, each region of the brain. And so I decided to take the time to do that, which is what I did for the exam for what I had to teach. When I took the exam in October, I had to learn about the circulation. Alright, so it's 7:51. I just, took it easy. I did cardio easy. I've been focusing on my bunion on my right foot, trying to be aware of it when I'm walking, move my toes around, my feet around within my shoe, because obviously it's from the tighter shoes, these, but the ones I wear outside, because I was walking a lot during during the bus strike and all that stuff, and it's gone down a bit. It felt like it was like a wart on top. So part of the area is not painful anymore, but, I'm paying attention to it. And I was focusing a lot on, I uploaded another video, edited a lot of video. Edited one video, listened to it, and uploaded it with the title. So, trying to incorporate that habit just to not have the problem afterwards of having to go through YouTube and delete parts. So, I could do it in parts, just put it into iMovies, and then another time make sure it's the right order, compare it to the order that I have it in my Photos app, all that stuff. Get used to that. But also, I took time to read. I have a manual on stroke that someone gave me, and it's really interesting. I was trying to remember the lobes of the heart, not the brain, what they do. Realizing that some of the parts of the brain function together. Like it didn't say it in the book, but I'm realizing that. So you have the frontal cortex. It's for, purposeful movement, amongst other things. But then you have the cerebellum that is for fine movement. And so if you're trying to help someone get dressed and all that, you have to coordinate both of them, right? The brainstem is for swallowing. And then, of course, not the occipital. What I just said it. This lobe back here is for movement and all that, and the front is for voluntary movement. So, you'd have to coordinate all that if you're going to help someone eat, Occipital lobe, there we go. Anyways, and then the weird thing was, it was talking about the causes, you know what I mean? And I'm understanding it a little bit more. I would say that, like, if you did a dissection of a artery here, it starts to bleed, then it forms a clot. But that's not exactly what the book is saying. You know, and an aneurysm, as I found out, is due to high blood pressure thinning out part of the artery, and then it can kind of bulb out, and if that bursts, then you have an aneurysm that bursts, and you have a hemorrhaging stroke. And if you do a dissection, like if you do like a weird movement that causes a tear, it's a hemorrhaging stroke. I'm like, oh, okay. The ischemic is from plaque buildup. It could be in other areas of your body, and then it just kind of travels to your brain. What I'm liking about all this is that I have a class to teach it to, so it forces me to teach it and learn it, because I used to have a problem with teaching, because I didn't have any friends, right? And wouldn't do it to myself. It was too laborious. And also that I'm going through my bujo all the time, and I'm doing this, like teaching myself, and I'm learning better. I think my talent, my skill for learning is a lot better. I'm happy about that. So anyway, so I have that. I'm finished with that for the morning. I'm gonna then, clean up do some manual stuff, cleaning up, which I prepared for before I left. And I even I'm gonna eat, of course, but I also wanted to work on my PowerPoint for the class I'm gonna teach. I'm excited about that because I was going over anaphylaxis for another class, and I have another document, and I figured I'd take notes on that in my bujo, and then make the outline according to that. I tried to do it yesterday before going to bed. That's not a good idea, but at least I started it. And it's in French, so I'd have to translate it to English. But that will help me make a better outline in the PowerPoint, so keep on that. I finished transcribing from the Red Book to notes, all the expenses for 2025. I have to go through bank statements to make the changes to credit card amounts, because it seemed to have changed the numbers. I guess because the exchange rate changes constantly. Like what you see initially is not what you'll see in a few days. I'm like, okay. Now the question is, am I going to be able to do all that and stay relaxed and all that? I'm realizing the missing piece of the puzzle is not going on to getting distracted by YouTube and all that stuff, and so I don't know. I mean, that will save me a lot of time, I'm realizing. And like this morning I went on it, it's like, it's my mechanism, you know what I mean? But I'm happy for what I did already today, you know what I mean? So